what I hope sounds like the tone of an experienced paranormal professional. Dean raises his eyebrows, then blows out a puff of air. Well, like I said on the phone, I'm kind of at a loss. I bought the place 6 months ago. Investment property, basically. Since then, I've had 3 tenants. All of them thought it was worth breaking their lease to get out of here. Did they say why? He shakes his head. They didn't say anything. They just left. Fast. In case you were wondering, I chose not to litigate. Definitely not a good sign. Most of the time, people don't even notice ghosts, and those that do often aren't all that bothered. I suspect that's because the same ability allowing certain people to see ghosts brings with it the sense that ghosts are just people who've passed away. On the other hand, pretty much no one can live with demons, and you wouldn't want to meet those who feel differently. I've met a few, and it didn't go well. What do you think your tenants might have experienced? Dean shakes his head. I'm not sure. But you said you think the place might be haunted? Have you seen a ghost? Dean averts his eyes. Not exactly, but I have, well... His words trail off, and I wait for him to resume. He doesn't. Had some bad experiences? I say, which, of course, he's hesitant to admit, since he still tried to rent the place out. I get it. Apparently, Dean decides that the best course is to keep things moving. So how does this work exactly? Do you, bring in a team? That he thinks I might need a team doesn't give me the best feeling. But what the hell, I'm here. I shake my head. No team, just me. This seems to stop him. No special equipment? I know what he means, of course, like in Ghostbusters. You have to love the concepts of those movies, with all of those electronic gizmos for detecting paranormal intruders and sucking them up into convenient little traps. So cute. Nope, just me, I say again. Dean studies me dubiously, which is somewhat understandable given that at 5'4" and 120 pounds, there's not all that much of me. Also, like my sister, Autumn, I look 10 years younger than I am. That's a Veil Witch thing, we've come to realize, one of the traits shared by those of us capable of ejecting paranormal trespassers from our realm. Another is a certain level of immunity to the toxins involved in taking out the supernatural trash. While we can get hurt, we can't die, at least for a certain period of time. Apparently, that aspect can change without warning. Comforting. But Dean doesn't know anything about Veil Witches, and, right now, I can understand why it might not be reassuring for him to be standing across from someone who looks like a raven-haired teenager. He frowns, confused. Are you psychic or something? Or something. Dean cocks his head, and I can see where this is going. He expected more explanation. I get that, too. But I'm not about to tell him that I'm basically the human equivalent of a supernatural guard dog. I think it's safe to assume that the concept would be lost on anyone other than my fellow witches. So, payment, I say. Dean brings his eyes back to mine. 200, right? Yep, definitely a businessman. 3, I say. Cash, please. It's not like I didn't tell him that up front, but Dean looks reluctant. Sure, he expected a van with a nifty logo, a team in coveralls, and high-tech gizmos. Instead, he got me. How will I know? You'll know. Plus, there's the money-back guarantee. I flash him a smile. I threw the money-back guarantee part into the fine print of my ad, although I have to admit I was winging it there. After all, one could easily claim that nothing changed even if I knew otherwise. And it's not like I could re-haunt the house again. At least, I don't think I could. I've never tried. But it's a new business. Really new. As in, Dean is my first client, but I'm not about to tell him that either. A few moments pass as Dean considers his options, which are basically 0, so I'm not bothered. The fact that my skin has gone from tingling to crawling tells me he's got a serious problem on his hands. A problem that I seriously doubt a psychic could deal with. Add to that, I can't imagine one being dumb enough to try. Any true psychic would steer clear. So Dean has me or no one, and he needs tenants or he's going to be carrying the mortgage of an empty townhouse. Finally, he opens his wallet and hands me 3 $100 bills.